Hey folks, there's not much time left before the beginning of trout season, but there is still time to get a great deal on a new kayak. Before you buy, shop around, because all kayaks are not made the same, and some have more value and features than others, as you'll see right now when we go out in the open. Out in the Open is brought to you by Lighthouse Harbor Marina on Lake Wallenpaupack, Archery Addictions in Walnutport, Joyback Custom Builders of the Pocono Lake region, and Car Arms, your personal carry choice.
For sport, social activities, and serious competition, Archery Addictions is on target. If you're experienced or just learning, Archery Addictions is the destination for you. Proudly the largest complex in the U.S., plus open 7 days a week, all right in your backyard. Improve your aim on one of the comprehensive indoor, outdoor, 3D, or virtual ranges. Relax by the fire, visit the pro shop, and don't miss Archery Addictions events. Learn or get serious with lessons from the pros and get addicted at Archery Addictions in Walnutport.
Do you dream about having a custom-built home on a secluded piece of land where the only sounds you hear are nature? Maybe a lakefront home is more to your liking. Award-winning Joyback Custom Builders is your choice. Joyback quality you can appreciate for many years to come. Uniquely designed to suit your lifestyle. Enjoy luxury in the Pocono Lake region. Call Joyback 800-707-7970 or go to joybackbuilders.com.
When Justin Moon developed the first car, the Model K9 in this barn in upstate New York 20 years ago, his vision was clear: to develop a smaller and thinner concealed carry handgun than what was already on the market. Today, KAR is the leader in concealed carry handguns with 7 patents and more than 20 years of engineering and manufacturing experience. The lightweight, slimmer, thinner KAR handgun fits in your hand like no other. With 6 premium series, 3 value series, and 4 calibers available, find the one that's right for you at KAR.com. Made in the USA.
Hey folks, welcome to this edition of Out in the Open. I'm Alex Zedok.
And I'm Joanne Zedok. And we're at Archery Addictions. And we're shooting up a really good time with kayaks.
We are. We're shooting kayaks, actually, right. If you can come here, you can do that too. Right. Well, you can't shoot them. You can shoot all the targets and everything else. But we're talking kayaks because we got, great kayak show.
We do.
It's getting fishing time.
And kayak time.
Yeah, fishing time. Wonderful. On the water. We got to get on the water. The easiest, simplest way and get those places that you've ever been. Well, we'll talk about all of that right now. So don't go away. We'll be right back. Hey folks, welcome back to Out in the Open. Yes, we are at Archery Addictions here in Walnutport, and yes, this is AT. He and Lisa, of course, own Archery Addictions, but a kayak and Archery Addictions? Wow. Well, we introduced you just a little while ago to some fishing stuff, AT. So you're putting a fishing line in here. You've got a lot of, so the next step is kayaks?
Natural progression.
All right, so you're going, now you sell kayaks.
We do sell kayaks. We brought in Bonafide kayaks, which are designed specifically for fishing.
Okay. Now what are you doing here? You're hooking up you're actually putting an electric motor on this.
Correct.
thing.
I'm installing a Torpedo trolling motor onto my kayak. And what I'm doing right now is actually, these are the cables for the foot controls. That when I step on the foot controls, it'll pull them to control the motor.
So it'll turn the motor. kayaks are getting to the point now, and yours is almost to that point. I mean, this is like a small little power boat.
Oh,
you
yes.
know, but
Yeah.
what's the advantage of the kayak?
Well, I started kayak fishing a few years ago, and I just found it. What's great about a kayak is I can throw this in the back of my pickup, and I can go down to the river before work for a couple hours, or I can go out to the lake.
Where do you use your kayak?
I use it anywhere I can go.
Anywhere you want.
Anywhere I want.
So not just locally, you could take it on a trip with you.
Oh yes, definitely. I mean, they use these things out in the ocean now too. They're that stable and that sturdy. So for me, it was more about just being able to do some local fishing. You get into areas that I normally by walking couldn't get to. So
kayaks
that's why I started with
make it easier to get to those places. Now, and you don't have to use, of course, the motor if you don't want to.
No,
you don't want to use
not.
the motor. What do?
I can pull it right up.
We pull a lever. The motor comes right up out of the water.
Yes.
And when you want it, your control up from your seat. So you really operate everything from one location in a kayak. I mean, you could do all kinds of things. Now, the old adage, of course, when you're in a rowboat or something like that, don't stand up in the boat. But actually with the kayak, you've got, we'll see this a little bit later, you've actually has an area, a hold-on area that you can stand up and actually hold on to. And
oh yeah, these boats are unbelievably stable. They're about, this one I believe is 35 inches, at your widest point, and it's a dual pontoon boat. So what that does is it really gives a lot of stability to it, so that these are actually designed you can stand up and fish out of.
How much water do you, how skinny is this boat?
I've had this thing in, I can run it at about 4 inches of water.
Wow.
Yeah, it really does go without any issues at all.
So you paddle, you do what you want. So this allows you to get in close to shore. It allows you to get in places, as you said, that sometimes you can't with a regular boat.
Right.
Or if you're walking, if you've got waders on, you can't get there either. You can use a kayak in almost any kind of weather.
Yeah.
Places, So this is your personal kayak.
This is my personal.
You said you've been doing this for 3-4 years or so, and you've had this kayak, so you've had a lot of chance to build on it. Never knew maybe 4 or 5 years ago that you were going to bring kayaks into Archery Addictions.
No intention at all.
Yeah, and so, you just use this as your own hobby, your own personal kayak,
Right.
so you loaded this up. Now, with the experience that you got from this kayak, you were able to search out another brand, actually, that you brought into the store here.
Correct. We brought Bonafide kayaks in. Obviously, to me, the first and most important thing was they are all American made.
Oh, great.
I really do like that. Whether it's kayaks, archery, it doesn't matter. I like to go as much as possible with American made products.
So actually what we're going to do is we're going to look at some of the features that you put on your kayak, just to show the folks out there that when they come in and buy one of the Bonafide kayaks, you can load that thing up as little as you want. I mean, that's a great thing about kayaks, and Joanne and I have found this in using kayaks, is that they even make kayaks, dual kayaks, tandems,
yes.
They make single kayaks, and they're light and easy. Of course, everything you add adds a little bit of weight.
Right.
But if you're just a purist and you want to just go out and you just want to do the paddle thing, and have a fishing rod, you can keep it as light as you want, or you can add electric motor.
Correct.
Or you can add so many other things that are available, with kayaks.
Yeah, this like mine. I mean, this has got all the features you could imagine.
You keep adding to it.
Yeah,
You're just, you're putting the motor on now,
Yep.
And the control for the motor certainly, is here. And how do you make this thing operate?
So
you push
you
a little
power it
button
on.
here. Okay, you power it on, and it's going to turn the prop down here,
And
right?
then this is your throttle, so you have
so
forward
you've
and
got the throttle?
reverse.
Oh,
so I can start going forward.
Oh, look at that. Okay.
And then, obviously, reverse.
Amazing, and
And
you're
that's
steering all the while.
And all the steering is done by foot pedals I have up at my by my
Now this
seat.
obviously doesn't go here in the back of the boat or the stern of the boat. What we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to move up that part of the boat and we're going to install it there, right?
Yep.
All right, let's do that.
Okay.
All right, so we're in position here now. We're center of the boat, and this is where you're going to install the controls that we just talked about for the electric motor, which is, everything is handy here. And even the seat, we can pull that seat up. Let's show them how that seat comes.
That seat comes
right up like that. So you've got your seat there. We've got some pedals here where you can put your feet. Everything, even the cord. We've just kind of thrown this in here because we haven't hooked this up yet.
Right.
But this is actually the cord that we pulled on a little bit earlier. to be able to raise and lower, the motor.
Right.
And what you can't see is tied on the cord are a lot of little loops, basically. And on the side of the boat, there's kind of little nubs every place that, everything is automatic. You want to raise it, you just pull the cord, snap it on there, and you got it made. Of course, we got rod holders.
Yep.
Got to have the rod
holders.
holders. And of course, we got, the fish finder, the depth finder.
That's one of my extreme, luxuries that I have in my boat.
This is extreme. You don't need something this big, or this is like satellite
Yeah,
control.
I went a little big on it, but that's
also,
okay. Most guys for kayaks will use maybe a 4 or 6 inch.
I know you don't wear
went to
glasses.
9.
I sitting way back there. You want to be able to see those fish wherever they are. And one other thing I might point out while we're here, and before we move, on to the new kayaks that are here, of course, Archery Addictions, is the pole. And you've got this, you've got anchors, plus you've got this pole. And there's a hole right over here. I found it. And if you want to anchor on a spot, you just drop the pole down, just as easy as that. And you're kind of anchored.
Yep, it's called a push pole or stakeout pole.
Yeah, so
opposite side
right
you use
there
to push yourself along if you need to.
So you're right there, right? Fantastic. So, and we've got a lot of other things that are, people don't realize in the kayaks. There's so much storage. You can bring your lunch. You bring anything you want. There's so many little areas here, like these other little gadgets,
right?
That you can hook. You can hook this up. If you want to stand up. You can.
That's a stand assist bar, and
that's exactly what. And it comes all the way up here, and so if you want to stand up in the kayak, you can do that too.
Yes.
So there's just so much, available here.
They really try to make kayaks for convenience. Everything's got to be within reach. All of my tools that I use for fishing are right here, all clipped on. The one thing you will want to do with a kayak, though, is make sure that everything has a leash, is what they call it. So this is my paddle leash. I have with little friend following us. These are for the rods. They're real leashes.
And we also have,
there may be hooks in there. Be careful.
Yep. Yeah, you got a little tray up in here. It's kind of like all the little things that make kayak fishing so much. Frogs work good on lily
Frogs
pads,
work great.
You see the big size baities in there. It's got all kind of stuff, all kind of little things in here. Oh, I didn't get a hook. Look at this. We're rigged wacky here. Yep. So we could do that, but trout fishing, bass fishing, it's the ideal way to go.
Yeah, it really is.
So now Archery Addictions is addicted to kayaks, and we've got a new line of kayaks in.
Yes.
And we're going to be able to look at those kayaks and come in here, and you can see the kayaks, and you can outfit them as little or as much as you want. And you being in this for 3, 4, 5 years, you're kind of like an expert here. So
we're getting there.
We're going to move on to the new kayak and show the folks just what you can expect when you get here to Archery Addictions. Everything you need for archery, training, little kids, big kids, older people, whatever you want. All kind of programs, tournaments. It's all here at Archery Addictions, right here in Walnutport. Don't go away, we'll be right back. Hey folks, welcome back to Out in the Open. Of course, we are at Archery Addictions, but we're talking kayaks. Now we have kayaks here, Bonafide kayaks, made in the good old USA.
Correct.
Wow, why did you pick this company?
Well, quite honestly, one of the big things is they are made in the USA. We're always big on that, and I just like the quality of the boat.
Yeah, I know. We talked a little bit about your boat. You've been in this for 4 or 5 years or so, and so you know kayaks. You know what you're looking for if you were to buy a kayak, what you would be looking for today.
Correct.
And you told me that this Bonafide kayak has all the features you're looking for. It's got everything, that's handy. All the different places where you can put all the different rails and all the different things. You can sport this thing out like yours is.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, without question.
I know we got a space back there, actually a kind of a little tiny little transom area where you could actually put a motor back there if you wanted to, right?
It's pre-drilled, so you can put they call them a transom plate,
right,
to mount a motor.
Yeah.
It actually has a compartment here that you can put the battery in.
Okay.
On this one, which is a nice feature. Mine doesn't have that.
Yeah. So you can stick the battery right in there, and you got your motor there.
Right.
And let's kind of work up, with this one, and we'll talk to people. Let's start off with the flag. And you said flags are important.
Yes, especially for kayaks, because you're sitting so low to the water. Larger boats may not even see you, so they do require that you use a flag. And this one has a light at the end of it as well.
Okay.
Nice thing with these things is they break down, and the whole unit fits right inside the flag as a carry bag.
One thing I wanted to mention earlier, we talked about, the variety of kayaks and what you could do with the kayaks. You could go with the stripped down model with nothing on it. But and then all you need is a launch permit, right? To take it to all the Fish Commission launch areas or
correct. In Pennsylvania,
parks.
any state waters, you would need a launch permit.
Right.
Obviously, like with mine putting a motor on it, I'd have to have the boat registered.
Now you have to have it registered.
Correct.
And get a set of numbers to put on it because you have the motor on it.
Correct.
Okay, I just want to clarify that. All right, so we've got this thing, because you're going to be on lakes that have motors on them. So we've got the flag and we've got the light, so people can actually see you. I like this idea with this net. It's really cool, because in a kayak, you're by yourself. So you want to net a fish. Look at this. This is almost like a handicap
added stability.
thing.
It's
so stable. I tried that earlier.
Yeah.
I thought, I don't know who makes that, but
it's Yak Attack.
Yak Attack.
Yep.
They
That's
make a
what
lot
all
of
these
stuff.
accessories
They make
are
a lot
from.
of stuff. Yak
Yes.
Attack for this stuff. Of course, we got our fish finder or rod holder back there, and the thing is, it looks like it's back far, but when you put the seat up like this and you have the seat here, you can reach back, or if you're standing up, you can reach it.
Right.
The bucket back here, the box.
Correct.
It's kind of like interesting, because you see this has all these wires on it, and you can take these little hooks and stuff off, and you can actually,
the whole box comes out.
the whole box can come out. You can see what we've done here. So everything is held by bungees, pretty much, on the whole outfit here. And as I said,
There's a lot of storage inside.
A lot of storage in there, that you can put on. An accessory if you want it, right? Or
Correct.
you can use a milk crate if you want.
Yep, that's
Whatever
how
you
they
want.
started, was milk crates, and that's where they've gone to
Exactly, you can do anything you want. The thing I like about this, there is a step rail here so that you can get on.
Actually, believe it or
slippery.
not, that's not even designed as a step rail. There's one on each side that you can stand on and fish.
Oh wow, you could do that too.
Yep.
on that little area.
Yep.
So let's move up here. We've got handles on the side. We've got handles front and back to be able to handle the kayak. Has the holes in it for the poles.
Right.
Okay, and we have a lot of flat surface and a lot of rail area on the inside, outside, where we could do a lot of things.
Right, and the other thing is with these seats, the seats are unbelievably comfortable. Like with this one, you can actually raise it up.
Oh wow, look at that.
And then this one, it'll adjust for front and back, but you can actually raise it up. They call them.
Look at that.
So now you're seated higher up. It's going to give you a better vantage point, a little bit more control. It just locks in. And then what's nice about that is you also have on the Bonafide kayak, slide out storage
a slide
shelf.
out tray. So I don't have to stick my hand in one of those dark little crevices like on your boat. I see all my
Yes.
little fishing tools are going to be right here.
That's
right
exactly
at my feet. So I got everything right here. And lunch.
Yep.
To put lunch in there, and makes it real handy. But a lot of storage areas. Now this kayak is what, about 12 feet? This is
12.9, I believe.
12.9,
12.7 or 12.9, something like that.
So this is a nice size for
Very
for
nice.
someone to come in and have a personal fishing machine, right? Yeah.
They actually are making a 10-footer too. That's a little bit smaller.
So you get one a little bit smaller if you want.
Yes.
Okay. And again, we said, you could either trailer these, you could put them on a trailer, or they have extensions for your pickup truck or your SUV. Actually, I guess you could put the seats down in the SUV.
Pretty much, yeah.
Slide it in there,
This boat, bare boat with the seat, is about 75 pounds.
Oh wow.
So it's not real heavy. I mean, it's a little cumbersome, but it's nothing that, you lift the front end up, it slides right in. It's nothing that your average person can't deal with.
So we got some foot pedals here, which are
and they're all
comfortable out here, and
adjustable.
they're adjustable, front and back. So here, and you can have the same kind of situation kind of in the cockpit area here where you could operate everything.
Right.
And of course we've got the stand-up pole, and this one is standing up, and I think that's kind of neat. You got your
that's the one
cup
thing.
holder.
Now that we have it, I want one for mine.
The cup holder up there,
Yes.
right? Okay. All right. What are these for?
They're actually your paddle holders.
Oh, so you can put a paddle across there too while you're up there, and it gets it kind of out of the way. And that's one of the biggest things, with these kayaks, is that stuff gets out of the way. It doesn't affect your casting.
Right.
Stuff can lay down, it can stand up. You can stand up. You can do almost anything you want in here. you know, and get around. A lot of storage. Now this one does have another box right here.
Right.
That, you know, you can open up, of course, and
Well, that'll take the
can
whole
see-
unit out.
Oh, look, takes a whole unit out.
So that would be just like mine. You could actually
Oh, look
mount
at
your electronics to it,
Okay.
run the wires right through it, your transducer
right.
would be
So-
connected to it, and then the side clamps
Uh-huh.
are what would open up the box itself.
Oh, yeah, okay. I
And
see
you would
that.
put your battery and whatever else you had in there for the transducer.
Okay,
So it's all
so you could do the same
self-contained.
thing here, but that, you know, I just lifted that.
Yep.
What did I do? I just did this
Pulled
like
the
this,
rubber
right?
tab off.
Pulled the rubber tab off, and I got a
And
rubber
there's one
tab
on the front.
up front
The
here
other real
someplace,
nice thing about
but it
this-
just comes right out, and then you got right down there.
Right, and if you do have electronics, I mean, these electronics nowadays are incredibly expensive. And if you do travel, you could just take that whole unit out, take it inside with you. You don't have to worry about theft.
So you can stick it right in there. You just
Yep.
take it out.
It's
take
all
it right out with you.
self-contained,
It's all
so-
self-contained.
yeah.
You can take it with you, and you can lock up the compartments and do everything else. And of course, you got the rod holders right out front here
Right.
for you, which are really, really neat. And a gigantic storage box here.
Right, a neat feature on this storage box, which I do like that mine didn't have, is you can actually do it from the front.
Okay.
You can, that was probably not unhooked fully.
Okay.
I know the rods are going to be a little bit in the way.
Oh, well,
or
yeah.
you could actually do it from the front of the boat too and tip it up this way as well.
Big area.
Huge.
Big area.
It actually runs the full length of the
Oh
boat.
yeah. Hello.
So you
know.
technically, and you could take rods and actually store them right down
Yes,
the
you
hull
could.
of the boat.
Yes, you could. You could stick them. I could see you could stick them right down
Right.
in there. So that would,
Yep.
you know, that would work. You know, super. All right. So we got the kayaks, we got the rods and reels here. We got everything you need. And if you really want to shoot some archery, we got that too, don't we?
Well, you have that, and it's, speaking of archery with kayaks, you also have bow fishing,
All right.
which you can use for this.
Yep.
And the other thing, and it was funny because last year I was on the river, and the conservation officer came up to me when I was getting off, and he asked me about, have you taken it goose hunting?
Oh wow.
This is the perfect boat to go goose hunting down the river because you could get up to it real quick, real quiet. You don't have any problems.
It's called archeryaddictions.com. All you got to do is go on the website and you get everything you need for archery, everything you need for fishing. You got kayaks now and so much more here. We're in Walnut Port. Come on down and see us. Hey, thank you so much. It's been a great
Yes.
pleasure again.
Thank
Learn
you
more
again.
about kayaks. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Hey, great show, Joanne, don't you think?
It was. Is this mine?